Have you ever considered going vegan?
I have not considered going vegan. There's too much food that I like that I would be able to eat anymore if I went vegan.
I have, but I don't think I could make the commitment to give up so much of my everyday diet.
I don't know about vegan, but I've considered going vegetarian just for like the humanity or humane aspect of it. But yeah, I don't know about vegan.
Yes, but I feel like I don't have the diligence because I feel like it's harder to find like nourishing or nutritious meals that are vegan.
I have, since I've been vegetarian for about 8 years, I've considered going vegan, but I've always thought it's been too hard just because I feel like cutting eggs out of my diet since it's in so many things would be difficult.
Is there any other part of it that's holding you back?
I eat cheese a lot, frankly, and I also am worried about other sources of protein because I drink a glass of milk every night to help get my protein, and I don't know how I would supplement that.
No, I haven't.
And why is that?
Because I enjoy eating meat and cheese.
Has there been any other thing that's kind of kept you away from it other than the fact that you enjoy non-vegan food?
It's also, I just feel like it's more difficult, like when you're going out to eat and like eating with other people.
What do you think that a typical vegan meal is like?
I think it's a lot of fruits and vegetables and carbs and yeah, that's pretty much it.
It tastes really good, but it just lacks some of the things that I really like eating. I've seen a lot of vegans eating like seaweed for lunch, like a seaweed salad, or like just weird combinations of foods. But I think that if you pick the right things, then veganism can be pretty normal.
Probably like salads, soups, pastas, things like that. Vegetables.
Kind of sounds bad, but sometimes I consider it as like bland because some of the substitutes aren't as rich in flavor.
I think it can be comprised of a variety of things. I think a lot of times meat is substituted with carbs, I mean, there's the stereotype of salads as well, and I'm sure that's an important part of any vegan meal.
Vegan meal.
Probably like a good amount of like plant-based proteins like beans and rice and some good veggies and stuff.
And do you think that eating vegan food would taste good?
Yes, I do think vegan food would taste good.
I do, because it is made of the same things that my food is made of, but it just lacks certain things. I think there are some weird things that you can eat, but I don't think that has to do with veganism versus non-veganism.
Yeah, I've had vegan things before, and like I have vegan friends. So I like vegan food. It's just not something I could only eat. I couldn't eat all.
It depends on the type. There's some like really good substitutes and there's also some really bland substitutes. It just like depends on how it's prepared and like what's in it.
I'm sure it would. I mean, I've had vegan food before. I just don't know if it would be a sustainable diet for me.
Vegan food?
I enjoy eating vegan food. I just don't think I could have a vegan lifestyle.
Okay, so here's all of our participants. And for our entrees tonight, we have tomato basil pasta and roasted potatoes with rosemary. And you all can enjoy.
Yeah, thank you, Cienna.
Honestly, it was a lot more flavorful than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I thought it was gonna be kind of bland, but
It tastes like normal food.
So now we have just a chocolate chip cookie and some key lime blackberry pie. Enjoy. If you were served this meal somewhere else, do you think that you would recognize that it is vegan?
No, I probably think it's just a normal meal. I mean, I eat things that are very similar, if not the same, a lot of the time.
Okay. How much more water do you think that it would have taken to produce this meal if it was made with meat and animal products?
8 more gallons? I don't know.
It would actually take, for all the servings that we made, 9,900 more gallons of water.
Oh, okay. Well, that's close.
Did you feel like this meal was lacking any important staples? Anything that you would specifically feel like it needed?
I mean, from like a health standpoint, I guess I would prefer for it to have more of a protein supplement. And I mean, I guess there's no salad or anything, but that could easily be added.
Okay, yes. And was it surprising to you that this whole meal was made out of plants?
I mean, I guess, I don't know. I thought, since I knew I was coming here to eat a vegan meal, it didn't surprise me, but I guess if I would see this food normally, then, like especially grains, the first thing I would think of was plants.
And would you consider working a vegan meal into your diet like once a week or once a month?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to do that in college, if not completely go vegan.
If you were served this meal somewhere else, would you recognize that it is vegan?
No, not really. I feel like it tastes just about as good as any like nice restaurant. I didn't really feel like there was any big differences.
How much more water do you think it would have taken to produce this meal if it was made with meat and animal products?
Like a number?
Yes, just a guess. For everyone total, sorry.
Oh.
It's for everybody's, not just
Maybe
your
like
piece.
maybe like 2,000.
It's actually 9,900 gallons more. Did you feel like this meal was lacking anything important that like you really couldn't eat it without thinking that it'd be better some other way?
I'm like the type of person who likes to proportion my meals with, like, I would do more protein, but I know there's also like vegan options for protein. But I just kept thinking like it would be nice to have some sort of like meat in there for protein.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was it surprising to you that this whole meal was made out of plants, if you think about it?
More of the dessert. I think the pasta and the potatoes, like I feel like that was vegan anyway. But there's dessert, like most cookies are just definitely not vegan, like whether it's the batter or the chocolate chips. So
Right.
that's what surprised me. And a pie, I guess, yeah, so the dessert as a whole.
And would you consider working a vegan meal into your diet like once a week or once a month?
Yeah, especially because I like, for dietary reasons and for like acne reasons, my doctors recommended dropping dairy and like even gluten, even though it's not included in veganism. But yeah, I feel like it would make me feel better and probably healthier and less expensive.
If you were served this meal somewhere else, do you think that you would realize that it's vegan?
No,
No.
I do not.
Okay. How much more water do you think that it would take to produce this meal if it were made with meat and animal products?
A lot more, because in ABES we learned how much water it takes to raise a cow, and it's a lot. So yeah,
Yes.
a lot more.
To be exact, it would be, well, not totally exact, it would be about 9,900 more gallons of water.
It's a lot of water.
Did you feel like this meal was lacking important staples? Like,
I just have protein in a lot of my meals, and like a staple protein, like either meat or eggs or whatever it may be. So I didn't have that, but I definitely enjoyed it.
and was it surprising to you, if you think about it, that the whole meal was made out of plants?
Yes, because it's something that I would eat on a daily basis, and I don't usually consider myself one to eat vegan meals often, but I would eat this again.
And would you consider like working a vegan meal into your diet once a week or once a month? Or,
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this is delicious.
If you were served this meal somewhere else, do you think that you would recognize that it's vegan?
Probably.
Okay. How much water do you think that it would take to produce this meal if it was made with meat and animal products?
Do you want like an exact number?
Like just a ballpark amount of gallons.
Oh, I don't know. Probably like 3 or 4.
I'm talking, sorry, about like all of the food that I made
Oh.
tonight.
20.
It'd actually take about 9,900 more gallons of water to make.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What?
Uh-huh.
It would take 9,000 gallons?
Yes,
So
more.
just like the stuff we have in it.
Just for the cheese and the meat and
gosh.
cream that could be in it
Yeah.
and all of that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Did you feel like as you're eating it that you were lacking something that you like needed in your meal? Or
Not
just
really,
like it
no.
needed cheese or anything?
I mean, cheese would have been good, but it definitely was good without cheese as well.
Awesome. And was it surprising to you that the whole meal was made out of plants?
No.
No. Okay. And would you consider working a vegan meal into your diet once a week or once a month? Like a few
Yeah,
times?
definitely.
If you were served this meal somewhere else, would you recognize that it's vegan?
I don't think so. Not at all.
Okay, and how much more water in gallons do you think that it would take to produce this meal than if it was made with meat and animal products?
Well, in my apes class last year, we talked a lot about like water and land usage to raise animals and livestock, and so I think it would take a lot more water and more than water, just like land and resources to incorporate animal products into this meal.
Okay, good job. Do you have any estimate on how many gallons, like for all the food that I made? Because you saw it was a lot.
Oh gosh.
Just a guess.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Maybe like 100. I don't know.
It would actually take 9,900 more gallons approximately to make this meal.
With meat.
Yes, with
dang.
meat, cheese, cream for the pie, all of that. So did you feel like this meal was missing anything as you ate it?
No, it was really filling. I'm very full now.
And was it surprising to you that that whole meal was made out of plants?
Yeah, I thought it was really good, and I was kind of nervous about the desserts at the end, just because I know like making chocolate chip cookies and pie, like how could you do it without milk and eggs and stuff, but I was surprisingly pleased. I had like 5 cookies. They were really, really good.
Thank you. And would you consider working a vegan meal into your diet like once a week or once a month?
Yeah, I definitely would.
If you were served this meal somewhere else, do you think that you would recognize that it's vegan?
I don't think I would give it a second thought if it was vegan or not, no.
And how much water in gallons do you think that it would take to produce this meal if it was made with meat and animal products?
I probably couldn't give a specific number, but I would estimate a significant amount more water.
Okay, it would take about 9,900 more gallons of water to make this meal.
Oh my goodness.
The whole collective meal.
Okay.
And then, did you feel like as you were eating it that the meal was lacking something? Like,
I didn't at all. I didn't. People were saying that there should be cheese and stuff, but I really wouldn't be able to tell if there's cheese in it or not.
love it. Is it surprising to you that that whole meal was made out of plants, including the dessert and everything?
Yeah, that, because in no way did it taste like plants at all. Like, I think I went into it thinking that it would taste a certain, like, earthy way, and it didn't taste that way at all.
And would you consider working a vegan meal into your diet like once a week or once a month?
Absolutely, yeah.